This came from Job out of Claremont. Job out of Claremont. He writes and he asks, Desi, go for it.
What is a muff pistol?
There you go.
Job out of Claremont,
Yeah.
which I'm sure is a real place.
It is.
Okay, I'll have to take your word for it. I don't know my California geography. Same up. I almost feel dirty talking about it. Back in the early part of the last century, and even earlier in like the late 19th century, there was a trend, kind of like it is now, of firearm manufacturers producing increasingly smaller handguns for personal protection, because they didn't have good holster availability we do, and people didn't really dress in a way that was conducive to concealed carry. So people weren't going around rocking 1911s just walking around town. I mean, for some people, but it wasn't common. So you needed something really small, especially if you were not dressed in a way that you could carry something like even an equivalent of what we would now call a J-frame revolver. And part of that, especially if you're not dressed in a way that's exclusive to carry, is if you are, well, frankly, they dressed in a very particular way back then, not like now where you'd see women walking around in jeans and probably carrying concealed, no problem. They were wearing those big frilly dresses, and you can't really, there's no bolt in there. You can't have a pistol or a full-size revolver holstered. And so the muff pistol, if I understand correctly, if I'm not getting my references mixed up, was a colloquial term for very, very small handguns, designed specifically for women to carry. And if I'm not mistaken, they were popular with women of ill repute who needed some kind of means of self-defense because they were working in rough parts of town. I'll leave it at that.
He's close.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much got it. But
Yeah.
do you actually know what a muff is? Do you know what women used to carry around a muff? Do you know what that is?
Like the things where your hands go like this.
You know what?
Is it like a handbag type thing? I don't know. I'm not.
It's
It's kind of like where you put your hands in.
This is not
like
a fashion
this.
show. This is a gun show.
it's a hand warmer. Women
Right.
used to have. It's like a. It looks like a.
Like a circular thing.
Yeah, like a circular thing with and it's usually big and fuzzy. It looks like how beefeaters in England have that big furry hat. Well, imagine if you just put a hand in each, and you have that big hoop dress like you're describing, and then they'd walk around with both hands in a muff. I have a distinct memory. You have to ask your mom. But I have a distinct memory of my grandmother, your great-grandmother. I think she actually had a muff. It was that recent, but mostly it was like back in the early 1900s.
Yep.
But so you're absolutely right. Muff pistol is a small concealable pistol, often a flintlock or percussion gun, historically used by women and sometimes men, designed to be hidden in a muff or pocket. And that's why they called it oh, there it is.
There it is.
There's a muff.
There you go.
Russian raccoon. Look at that. On her head.
Stylish.
Yeah, poor. How many raccoons had to die in order to keep her hands warm? Muff pistols. Why don't you read the rest there, Desi?
Muff pistols gained popularity in the 18th and 19th centuries, particularly in England. They were designed for self-defense and were small enough to be easily concealed in a muff. And that is a hand warmer, Mike, is what we call that.
Yeah.
Or a pocket. And these pistols were typically flintlock or percussion guns with a small barrel and compact design. While they were often associated with women, men also used muff pistols, and then the muff was such a common place to hiding weapons of use of a muff was banned during the Finnish Civil War. Some examples of muff pistols include the Queen Anne pistol, which was a type of pistol that was made small for easy concealment or carrying and concealment.
They were banned during the Finnish Civil War.
Yep.
Oh, there you go. So they go back even further than I realized.
Yeah.
So you got half. Well, give him 3/4 of the answer right because you didn't get the time period.
You got it. You got Job. You don't get the special. Job only gets a hat or a shirt. Sorry, you got it.
That was a good question, though.
Yeah, right. It was a good question. I liked it. Hey, thanks for watching Gun Owners Radio. I hope you loved that clip. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and follow us on social media. And check out our website at gunownersradio.com.